Did you see the new Tufano stuff? He got goats. I've not. Perhaps that is something I should look into. Yeah.
Amish, eggs, dairy, some meats, and Amish, eggs, dairy, some meats, and
I can guarantee you this is not going to go well. Are you coming to the Toronto Vegan Film Festival? No. Vegan Zombie just mentioned meeting you when last in Toronto. Their film is playing. Yeah, it's just kind of a long-ass drive, and it's gotten cold as well. And to complicate things further, I might have some kind of electric or battery issue with my Ural. It doesn't seem to want to hold a charge when it's at idle, and I have to give it a little bit of throttle to make sure the voltage doesn't go down too low. I had a bad headlight that seemed to be draining the battery. I switched the headlight out, and it's not as bad, but it's doing a similar thing. So I don't know if it has something to do with the headlight I got having too high of a watt requirement, or there's something else going on. Gummy, what are you doing? I don't have a lithium battery in my bike. What are you doing? You being a cat? You know, it's amazing how sentient he is. You know, sometimes when I'm doing the dishes, the soap makes bubbles, and he tries to whack the bubbles.
I wanted to do goat dairy, so I bought a whole herd of goats for one of my Amish buddies, and we couldn't agree on a price for the milk. He wasn't feeding them what I wanted to, so this is my backyard now. And now they don't want to talk to me. I'm not really healthy enough to be doing this, you guys know, with my eye surgery.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's going to end up neglecting these goats, not taking care of them properly, and they're going to end up, like, dying or getting some disease.
Everything, and I've spent the past 2 hours trying to milk some of these. I don't have the proper equipment yet. I don't have something to tie them down with. I don't have, like, something to grab them with, but, like, some of them.
I feel like you can't just milk goats in your backyard and sell it to people online. That has to violate some kind of law, right?
Haven't been milked in a day. One of them was had milk leaking out of her when I was running around trying to grab her. He did mark the ones that are fresh, that are milking, with red paint. I've gotten most of them. I haven't been keeping that great of a track. I've tried my best. I thought this was going to be pretty quick and easy. I didn't think these goats were going to be so hard to catch without something. You could tell hers might be a little swollen, so, but I'm pretty sure I milked her already. Which number is that? Yeah, she's number 2. So I already milked number 2. I already milked her. So I'm not sure if these Vivor milkers are working too well that I got, because like I could still squeeze a little milk out of them. But I know there's one more for sure we still have to milk. One of them was a nightmare. Even after I caught her and was milking her, she kept kicking me. She kept trying to escape. One was really bad. One of the brown ones was really bad.
Love you, Gum Gum.
So that black one back there with the red paint on her, she had milk leaking out all over. She was running from me with milk coming out of her.
Yeah, it's almost as if they know Frank is a jackass.
I got her and milked her, and I think the only one left to milk is this brown one with a beard. Look how swollen she is. You could kind of see. She's really swollen. I don't think she's leaking milk yet, but you could see how much bigger her mammary glands are than the other goats. So let me try to, oh man, no, that one's really swollen too. That white one, look, she could barely walk. So let me try to catch one of those two. And yeah, you could see, look, she's got milk coming out of her. She's got milk coming out of her, look. Yeah, she's dripping milk, the white one. The white one's dripping milk. So those are the two I haven't got yet.
Yeah, they literally do not want to be anywhere around Frank.
So I chased her around the yard till I got her in the container, and now she's got nowhere to go. So we got her. She's screaming like crazy. She's scared, unfortunately. I don't know if he trained some of these goats.
I don't want Frank to live on this plane of existence anymore. I genuinely hate this literal cocksucker. He's just a piece of shit.
So we're here in the shed of no return, which is not no return. She doesn't want to listen. She's trying to get away from me. I got some poly wire as a lasso. These are the ones that I milked already, because they're like coming in here. I had to catch them earlier and milk them. So now I guess they're kind of comfortable coming in here. But this...
Yeah, I feel like there's no fucking way he can legally sell the milk that he's getting from these goats.
Poor girl. She's leaking milk all over the place, running around. I got to get some milk out of her. And it's kind of strange. I caught most of these other goats without any issue. This one's been crying and screaming, and now she got down, giving up. None of the other goats did this.
Do you think cable rows are good with both hands on the cable or with one hand on the cable at a time? Well, the way you normally do cable rows is with both hands on the, cable attachment. I would say you'd probably build more muscle overall. Doing, two hands at the same time than one. And the principal reason for that is you can just use more weight.
But I'm going to get the milkers on her, and hopefully she feels better. Leave her alone. 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 She's scared as hell. Oh, man. Big they look? Compared to... I'm trying to milk these goats. I ordered the proper equipment and...
There's no way he's going to do this multiple times a day. Like for weeks. There's just no chance.
I just got one of my buddies to help me, but... We got the milkers attached. Milk's coming out. It seems like the milk's coming out, but... I guess... to go.
This guy is just so fucking stupid, and he's definitely not going to take care of these animals properly either. And he's going to murder them eventually, I'm sure.
So that's the crazy white one with the swollen breasts that we had to catch. You could see...
breasts?
After we milked her, she's not leaking milk anymore. They're not really they're not as big and swollen. Not as big and swollen. Now, the one next to her is the only one we haven't milked yet. You could see the only one we haven't caught yet. I gotta chase him around.
Yeah, I just don't see him putting in the effort for this over and over and over again. So, if the FDA or whatever the fuck doesn't shut him down, he's probably just gonna get lazy and not do it anymore. What an asshole.
Why were you
Can I
touching?
say one sentence?
Why the fuck were you?
Can I say one sentence without you interrupting me?
Why were you?
Point again, too. Come on. Uh-oh, the seatbelt's coming on. Oh, boy. Here it goes. All right. See, that says I don't return my shopping cart like a jerk. She's reading it. Give her a chance to read it fully. Now we're just going to apply this right up front here. Just right there, that area. Oh, that stopped her. How you doing, ma'am? Yeah, you...
Get the fuck off my car.
Man, let me explain why.
No. Just get it on my car.
Just take your cart back so it's not blocking the handicap spot.
She parked in the handicap spot and put her cart blocking the handicap spot. And it's a fucking bitch in a huge SUV.
And then I will happily do that for you.
Like, you know this person's an absolute scumbag.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? You left your car blocking the handicap spot.
Are you kidding me?
No, man.
So
This is not a joke at all. Well, you're not. Yeah, you do. There's a I support lazy bones magnet. So now, beware this lazy bone. Sorry. So, ma'am, I'm not kidding you.
So the person that lived that day, you're gonna take them to it.
I wish I had a time machine to stop lazy bones like you, but I don't, unfortunately. If I did have a time machine, that would be the first thing I would do. Is I would go back and I would stop each and every lazy bones who's angry and defiant and who wants to block handicap spots like yourself. And by the way, you seem real handicapped. So, Narcoteers, I'm gonna let her pull on out. Notice what I do, Narcoteers. I'm gonna, oh, she decided against it. So, ma'am, have you rethought?
Let me tell you something, please.
Please.
I'm begging you.
I'm begging you.
Leave me alone.
Leave handicapped people alone by not leaving your cart in their way. Now, I begged you just like you did. Now, why can you beg me and I can't beg you?
She does have a handicap thing here. It has to be for a relative.
Lord above, Jesus, please let this woman take her cart back where she knows it belongs.
And Lord above Jesus, if you harass me one more
If
time.
you harass handicapped people one more time with your
There's no way that handicap thing is for her. What's also weird is she doesn't have a front license plate, which is a little strange. But yeah, it has to be for a relative or something.
more time.
I swear
Jinx.
to God.
I jinxed you.
I swear to
you know
God.
you can't say it. I jinxed you. All right. So you left your cart blocking the spot, right? You won't listen to.
Go and tell the person who just.
I don't have a time machine, ma'am. I can't.
You were sitting right there. The person that
That's
came
been
out
there
and you
for
didn't see
longer
them.
than that. I didn't see them. All right. Oh, F me. The magnet right over here. Place that right on that area. Oh yeah, go ahead and hit that pole, genius. You really scared me on that one. Yeah. Woo.
You to harass people?
Ma'am, I am a volunteer to keep you from harassing handicapped people by leaving your cart in their spot. What? You're
Did
confused.
somebody send you on harass me or what?
Did somebody tell you to harass people with your cart?
How did I harass anyone?
Because
with my
the next
cart?
person who wants to pull in here cannot do that properly because
The fuck out.
you don't have
I'm not in the-
you don't have a response to me, do you? Because you know you're wrong. I've proven you wrong.
There's people that collect the cart. Why don't you collect it?
Because I'm here to stop you from doing this. Because the people who collect their carts aren't here right this second, are they? No, they're not.
Wait.
But-
So pay you.
No, I'm a
to
volunteer.
harass
I'm a
me?
very sexy volunteer who's
Oh.
teaching you right and wrong, and you are very, very wrong.
Wait.
Let me go ahead and put her.
Like, you can tell when these people know, like, they're just coping and they know they're an asshole and doing something wrong because they keep engaging in the argument. Like, if you genuinely believed you did nothing wrong and you're just like, what is this person's problem? Like, you just leave.
No, ma'am, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't have to be paid to do the right thing. Yes, sir.
What's going on out here?
Sir, this lady, what she did is she left her cart blocking the handicap spot, and I told her, hey, don't do that, you know. And she said I'm harassing her by asking her to do the polite thing, not blocking the handicap spot. And she knows you can't just use the H word. I'm not harassing you.
Why are you harassing
I'm not. I am politely asking you, ma'am. I'm politely asking you to do the right thing.
Why are you harassing me?
You can't just use that word. You don't know what that word means, clearly.
Why are you harassing me?
I told you what's going on, and I'm not harassing
No,
you.
why are you harassing
I'm not.
me?
I told you, ma'am.
You got your sign there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, ma'am, you can leave if you want to. Hi, I'm Agent Sebastian with the very sexy and powerful cart narcs. Now, what this lady did is she blocked a handicap spot. When I asked her politely to move her cart, she started calling to saying that I was harassing her, which is not correct whatsoever. This lady doesn't know what harassing means. She's also apparently hates handicapped people. Oh, and by the way, she was parked in a handicap spot too, and she's now gotten out of her car 5 or 6 different times to lie to you about what I'm doing. When all I'm trying to do is keep her from blocking handicapped people's parking. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And all she had to do was say, oh, I'm sorry, let me take that back for you. But she won't. She lies. She's now approaching me in a menacing manner.
Why are you touching my property?
I told you why 15 times.
Why are you touching my car?
Because otherwise you would have...
No. Why were you touching my property?
I am trying to have... Can I speak one sentence without you interrupting?
Why were you
Can
touching...
I say one sentence?
Why the fuck were you touching...
Can I say one sentence without you interrupting me?
Why were you fucking touching
Why are you approaching...
Aaron P. Aaron P. Aaron Penis. Aaron Penis. Aaron Penis. Aaron P.
Yeah, thanks for the donation, non-negotiable. Oh. Gum. You know you're such a beautiful kitty? Yeah, you're beautiful. You're beautiful and I love you. What a sweet boy. You're just so handsome. My God, look at your big cat head.
me in an aggressive manner?
Why were you...
I'm trying to tell you.
God,
What?
Boy,
What are you gonna do?
Tell you something. Am I the only one that you feel? The only black fucking person?
Oh, don't make it racial.
A white person parked there, they left it there.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Fucking bitch.
How do you know the color of that
You
person?
fucking bitch.
Ma'am, using foul language only shows what I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
Don't leave the cart there, ma'am.
It's great to see you not sick anymore, VG.
Yes, it's nice. I like being able to do things. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
You touched my property. Why?
You left. I'll tell you why.
You touched my property.
Can I have one sentence? Can I say one sentence?
You touched my property.
If I talk, will you let me speak? Because you left your cart blocking the handicap area.
I'm calling the cops because if he posts my picture on the light, I'm gonna fucking
that's what he
sue
doing,
him.
'cause he see the
Exactly.
kid.
I know that's what he's doing.
That's not against the law, ma'am.
He wants that reaction, so
Ma'am.
we give you just leave, baby.
Yes, ma'am, I would.
But just leave her alone.
But, ma'am, you know what she did, right?
Just,
Did you?
I don't want to hear it.
I want to help. I want people to stop being lazy and blocking handicap spots. That's what I want.
Just stop. Just stop. You're
being an enabler, sir.
Just stop. No, he's not. He's helping you.
Ma'am.
He's helping you. Don't say anything else. Just come get.
I think the people who do this should be locked in jail. Like, not the people who leave their cart and then just like drive away, but the people who scream and freak out in public. Like, they need to be locked in jail.
Don't.
Ma'am,
stop.
I appreciate.
No.
Can I have a conversation with you?
No.
I
Just
appreciate
take
you
it.
being nice about this. I
Just
appreciate
come
you wanting to
and get my
de-escalate.
card. That's
Ma'am,
it.
I will. But
If you keep
guys-
talking, you're making it worse.
But
Please
so
take my-
I know it's like talking to a wall with her. I get that.
I'm gonna make sure they're police here.
What's the charge going to be?
Touch my property. see
Is that against the law?
Camera in my car.
So that's not against the law. Oh, wait, you have a camera in your car?
Yes, I do have a camera.
So is that illegal to record me?
Excuse me, you touched my property.
So did I damage it?
Did I give you the right?
No.
Is it a competition?
2? Am I 5'2"?
The Lord to touch some face. Is that No, you
Call her. You got my phone number. See you later, ma'am. She doesn't want you to interact with me anymore, you follower bones. Narcoteers. I decided to come to take the bus to save handicapped people from lazy bones losers like you. Find me. I'm everywhere. So.
Tragedy took place on October 7th. No, not that one. During one of Hasan Piker's stream rants about how America is worse than the third world, which doesn't really narrow it down that much, his dog, Kaya, dared to briefly move outside of the frame. An unforgivable offense in Hasanistan. Quickly, he took action.
Just stop.
Or, at least in the opinion of the public, he did, by shocking Kaya via an off-screen remote control with her shock collar. I'll play the clip in its entirety so we can actually get the context of what's going on.
I hate this country so much. You can be on a mountain in the middle of Norway and get better internet than Los Angeles, California. And this is just like
You know, VG, this is unrealted, but how many of these goddamn Toy Story movies is Pixar going to make? I mean, I heard that the 5th movie is going to be about toys versus technology. What do you think the 6th, 7th and 100th movie will be about, VG?
I don't know if they're gonna keep making them for that long, but I have no idea. No clue. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated $2. Let me see. Zoran Mondani's campaign has sent an email to their supporters expressing serious concern after early voting numbers surged for age brackets heavily indexed towards Andrew Cuomo. Well, that's good news.
Speaking about my aunt, I was speaking about Zerafui, my father's cousin, who sadly passed away a few years ago. And for the takeaway from my more than 10-minute address about Islamophobia in this race and in this city to be the question of my aunt tells you everything about Andrew Cuomo and his inability to reckon with a crisis of his own making.
What do you think about all that?
Yes, I was speaking.
What did he change his story to about his Muslim aunt? At least Joseph Stalin ideas were new. Mamdani is just the Muslim version. Islamic communism. Stalin promised equality for all through wealth redistribution. 20 million died, many from starvation. Look at Venezuela. The exact promises Mamdani makes are the same as Hugo Chavez. How's that working out? Starvation, poverty, empty shelves. Yeah.
Oppose Muhammad. And if they change from being a Muslim to a Christian, should they die today or not? Should they get killed?
If they spread fitna, yeah.
So let's be cordial here. Don't blow me up until the end of the conversation. At least let me get my words out. So you think that people that oppose Muhammad, and if they change from being a Muslim to a Christian, should they die today or not? Should they get killed?
If they spread fitna, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if they don't belong here. It's been revealed that the aunt Zoran Mamdani shed fake tears over, claiming she stopped riding the subway after 9/11 because she didn't feel safe wearing her hijab. Neither wore a hijab nor lived in New York City at the time. She lived in Tanzania.
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt.
Yeah, well, you know, we know this guy's a lying fuckwit. Yeah, what a lying cocksucker. Just what a piece of shit. I really hope, like, these controversies actually affect this guy and he doesn't end up winning. Just what a fucking loser. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Can you stop promoting Frank Tufano since he's an animal abuser and sells animal products and you at least 5 to 10% of your viewers aren't vegan? Why don't we watch some of the sugar-eating fella who has the ripped six-pack abs and 2% body fat? He's vegan. Smile.
Thanks for the donation, dude.
Maybe the 100th film will be about how parents now can't afford toys for Christmas for their children because of Trump.
That sounds more like Toy Story 6. Not 100. But thanks for the donation, Dodo.
A moment of anger. This is a moment of anger for like something that is just so routine, so silly, such a first world problem. But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just go.
Jesus Christ.
Just stop.
Like, what's insane, too, is the dog was getting back on the thing, too. Like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? This is another person who should not be living on our plane of existence.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
Interestingly enough, even Hasan's own chat immediately responds to this incident by telling Hasan to free Kaya and let her roam, and adding that he shouldn't be crashing out over his internet issues in the first place, as it could have stressed the dog out. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of what actually happened here, I think one really underrated aspect of this video is that him having internet issues somehow led to him talking about America's violence. If Kaya was reacting to what we think she was reacting to, I think he was contributing his 2 cents to the violence he was talking about. She is clearly wearing a collar, and Hasan clearly reaches out to something to his left and actually looks at his monitor where his video feedback allowed him to see Kaya's reaction, right before he allegedly gave her the Green Mile special. Then, perhaps, he realizes what he just did on stream and stares at her for a few seconds, seeming dumbfounded as to why she would react like that. But despite his little stare here, he wasn't concerned enough to go over and check on her to see if she's got something like a shard of glass stuck in her paw, almost as if he knows what caused her to make that noise.
Just stop.
Right after, he calls her a big baby and complains about how she's been spoiled and how she was allowed to roam the house while he was gone. Now listen.
Look here! Look, listen!
I'm no dog specialist, but I'm pretty sure dogs, especially of that size, aren't supposed to just be kept stationary on one bed for multiple hours. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be able to roam freely, even if it is within a confined space. Unsurprisingly, due to how bad this situation looked for Hasan, and given the fact that he has an army of pre-existing haters ready to pounce on him for absolutely anything, this clip made the rounds on Reddit and Twitter, stacking up tens of millions of views. On Twitter, the clips have been kept up with no issue, while the same cannot be said about Reddit, where many prominent posts about the incident have since been taken down. Now, before I get into the specific reactions from members of the community, I think it's important to present further information, so that you're as informed as possible before coming to a conclusion. Although I'm sure for many of you that first clip is more than enough for you to make up your mind.
Just stop.
On the same stream, but before the incident happened, this prelude took place.
Commemorative mug I got from England. commemorative mug I got from England.
As we can see here, Kaya is not even trying to leave. She's just laying down. When, for reasons that I can't really understand, Hasan once again reaches to his left while staring intently at his monitor.
Also, I love how Hasan says third world countries are worse than America. I would love to see him go to the Middle East to see if that mindset quickly changes.
Yeah, he is full of shit. He would not want to live anywhere else. Which is why he doesn't live anywhere else. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. Dodo $22. Zoran Mamdani's lying would even make George Santos blush also. Zoran Mamdani's Democrat Socialist of America signed onto a statement calling to release Elias Rodriguez, the terrorist who executed 2 Jews in Washington, D.C. last spring. Palestinian struggle is the tip of the spear against global imperialism. Oh my god. As imperialism has made the entire world its battlefield, it is justified to fight it by any means necessary. That regards for geography. Blah, blah, blah. All crimes committed by Zionists. Free Elias Rodriguez. Holy mother of a fuck. Like, these people should be locked up.
I think it's good. I mean, you saw that during Charlie's beautiful tribute. Elon came up. It's good with Elon. I like Elon. I've always liked Elon. Elon's good.
Have you talked to him since the memorial?
On and off a little bit. Yeah, very little. Nothing much. Look, he's a nice guy. And he's a very capable guy. I've always liked him. He had a bad spell. He had a bad period. He had a bad moment. It was a stupid moment in his life. Very stupid. I'm sure he'd tell you that. But I like Elon. And I suspect I'll always like him.
Yeah.
It's really now the time that we can start to heal from our trauma.
זה לא הסוף שייחלנו לו, אבל זו התחלה של צדק מאוחר.
Yossi was all heart for us. We raised our families together in Kibbutz Be'eri. He used to be a surfer. He loved the sea. We loved the soccer, all of us. We used to do scuba diving together, and I've always been proud of him. Amazing brother, amazing. So I was released 8 months ago, on February 8, 2025, and of course you remember every minute of that. To see your loved ones and to hug them again, to be able to, first of all, to feel free again. Freedom is an amazing thing. It's priceless. I joined this waiting and this battle that to bring him back. Now we'll have a grave to cry on. It will be a place for his daughters to come and have a moment with him when they need it. So it was really, really important for us, family, that his body will not stay. And I lost my house.
We are playing Silent Hill F tonight, right? I believe you said. Yeah, we should be playing it. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated $2. Did you see Hamza admitted to using steroids? Use this thread to discuss the recent drama with Hamza and Sam. This way people who aren't interested in drama aren't distracted by comments on videos. He's really trying to suppress this. Comments related to drama will be removed from videos, posts. Yeah, he's just trying to suppress this. Current views. I'm not on steroids. He knows that. Truth as well. If he said I was on steroids, he was just trying to make it more dramatic. I'm on TRT, which is where you take your testosterone level to make more caveman. Lull, like 1500 instead of 700. Okay, so he's on steroids. That's a little surprising since he's kind of weak and small. Is this his actual channel? Yeah, that's his actual channel. Yeah, that's actually genuinely surprising since he has like made no more gains, and if anything he's gotten like more out of shape recently. That's funny. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Good God, how the fuck can SJWS support Palestine after they do something as horrific as that?
Because they hate Jews. So if you hate Jews, you'll support Palestine. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
VG, you skipped the last part of that video. The hostage came back to learn his whole family was dead and his house was burnt and his brother of course was dead, so he lost everything. How can he even keep his composure? Just imagine.
Oh. Yeah, that would suck. Oh, that would suck. Thanks for the donation there, Dodo.
Gets up and settles herself on the bed, and he resumes talking. It's also worth remembering that after reaching to this unknown object, he doesn't pull anything out. So it's not like he's picking up his drink or his sandwich. He reaches out and then comes back with nothing in his hands. Further analysis of this particular VOD shows that Kaya had already been sat there at that same exact spot for the previous 2 whole hours, and then proceeded to stay there for the next 2 hours as well. Once again, I'm not someone with explicit.
So turns out Hamza is a Jeffrey and not a Adonis. How ironic.
Yeah, he's kind of a retard. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Expert knowledge or authority on the subject, but from doing a little bit of cursory research online, I don't think that any dog, let alone a Tibetan Mastiff, should be kept in the same exact spot for 4 hours. As far as I know, there is one more clip of this exact same dynamic taking place down to a T, although this time, Hasan didn't forget to mute his microphone, so nothing is heard coming from his mic.
Trump was potentially going to use to potentially put pressure on Jordan's king to try and take in more Palestinians, correct? I mean, that's what we've heard from Trump over the
Jesus Christ.
course of the past few weeks.
For those of you who are familiar, Hasan's
This guy, like, just fucking deport this asshole and take his dog away from him.
dog is a female Tibetan Mastiff, which happens to be one of the most expensive dog breeds in the world, which Hasan happened to organically adopt with no idea that that was the case. And then it just naturally got reported on by Dixerdo. Now, the thing about this breed is they can grow to such a large size that they can, as some people on Reddit put it, rival the size of some bears. The average weight for an adult female Tibetan Mastiff is anywhere between 70 to 120 pounds. As a matter of fact, the video about Tibetan Mastiffs that led Hasan to find out for the first time how expensive they are literally had a guy talk about how gigantic these little guys can get.
One good look at these majorly imposing dogs makes it easy to understand why they are the most expensive dog breed in the world.
Unsurprisingly, there are multiple documented instances of Kaya trying to leave her dungeon.
Sorry, Kaya is like crawling towards the door. Stop! Oh my god, you're so annoying. Here, okay, come. That's crazy. She's like pawing at the gate while I'm waiting for. Oh god, I'm gonna.
You know what, VG? After treating his dog like this, Hasan deserves to die in the street while vultures pick his ugly eyes out.
Yeah, he does. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. What a fucking dipshit.
Actually let Kaya out because I can't stand her being in the background and like and wanting attention as well.
Go,
Go, go. Oh my God, she's so... Oh my God, I'm so annoyed with everything.
But still, her clear discomfort with being stationary for that long doesn't change Hasan's East Germany-style border policy.
Kaya, place. Grabs the thing. Get back there. What is this? Depending on how...
But we can go well beyond just the clips.
He's just torturing this dog.
Of Kaya being uncomfortable and trying to leave, as there's some clips in which Hasan himself is acknowledging her circumstances and describing it as if it were a good thing.
She has a leash on right now on the elevated bed, so she can't like really get off of it. She now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end.
There's even one video in which Hasan is talking to some other people who are talking about his dog training, where Kaya's name is brought up in the same breath as training that involves the use of shock collars.
I have the best trainer in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
His name is Pat. Do you send him for
You train my dog too. And my dog, Brian.
You send him for 2 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks. You have to, bro.
What does he get trained to do?
To everything. Shock on. Strong shock collar.
He'll get training to like basically be off collar. Like you don't need to ever have a leash on him.
Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but it sounds like this guy on the left is talking about some dog trainer named Pat who uses shock collars, whom Hasan immediately recognizes and says he trained my dog too. Later on, both this guy and Hasan mention Kaya specifically, clarifying that it's not some other dog that underwent this training. What's most concerning, however, is that at this point, Kaya was still just a puppy. Hasan sisters, we got too cocky. It may be over for us. Of course, this could mean that this usage of shock collars only took place once during this training, and Hasan never did it again. However, there are some reasons to suspect Hasan's history with dog training is kind of spotty. For example,
I'm surprised he doesn't get enough chat outcry to convince him to stop abusing the dog.
He has sort of changed his behavior. He's avoiding using the shock collar and stuff now because he knows people are watching and scrutinizing him. But, he is still just such a fucking scumbag. Thanks for the donation, E-Nation.
There's an old clip from 6 years ago in which Hasan yanks another dog of his by the tail, which is commonly accepted as something that you should not do because the tail is actually part of the dog's spine, and thus you can cause them a lot of pain by doing that. In this same clip, he also threatens to kill the dog, but this was obviously just a joke, and it wasn't something he was saying super seriously or genuinely, so I don't think that should be taken into consideration. But going back a whole 8 years, we get this Facebook post in which Hasan is posing with his dog for a photo, where the dog is wearing a leash with internal prongs. Even back here, the comments are full of people criticizing this, saying that it's an unnecessarily cruel way to leash train a dog. It's also worth noting he mentions in the caption of the post that this dog is a rescue, which is part of the greater phenomenon of not just Hasan, but also a whole community of people who go out of their way to mention that their dog is a rescue, or that the dog is adopted, so that they look like a kinder person. Don't get me wrong, I'm not some rigorous animal rights activist who holds people to high ethical standards of animal treatment, okay?
I also eat burgers.
But I do get peeved whenever someone refers to their animal as a rescue in such a gratuitous way. Besides the instance where Hasan talks about Pat, it seems that it's especially hard for him to keep up appearances whenever he's in an extraordinary situation, like when he's interacting with other people who, unlike Chat, can't be ignored whenever convenient. For example, there's this moment.
I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we get.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get 1. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's a lot of.
He was gonna say it's a shock collar.
Neck meat.
While the woman here doesn't mention anything regarding a shock function on the collar, which I assume she'd just have no reason to suspect anyway, when she mentions that the collar is too tight, Hasan prepares to answer her, saying, well, it's before stopping himself. As people theorized, it could be that he'd rather just loosen the collar than to explain what the collar was, a shock collar. It's very odd how secretive and cagey he seems to be, not just about the collar, but also whenever the collar has to be interacted with in any way. One of these oddities surrounds the remote for the electronic collar, which he seems concerned with keeping out of frame whenever he's streaming. There are some clips in which it's dubious what exactly he's holding onto or fidgeting around with, but there are also others where he's basically caught red-handed.
Yep.
Yes, we can.
I wonder what that device on his desk he moves just out of camera is for. Surely it's not what we're thinking, as Hasan clarifies what he's actually reaching for whenever he stretches his hand out to his left.
What were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think?
Now, I'm gonna say right now, although I am a specialist in almost none of the things that I talk about on this channel, I actually am a specialist on the tactical deployment of Zin.
If you could ban 3 people from YouTube, who would they be? Hasan Piker, for sure.
VG old you've out be making a video on Turkey Tom's hypocrisy and calling him a piece of shit just like the child with a beard aka Penguins. Zero truth be told, Turkey Tom is a horrible piece of shit, especially since you made him watch Earthlings and he still abuses animals.
Well, I don't know what that would accomplish, because he already knows. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Yeah, so I'd ban, Hasan Piker. Probably Penguin Zero. Hate his ass. I don't know who else. After $20, can you check if the quality of Tom's video automatically lowered again? I'm experiencing the problem same lately. Also, no pinned donor link. What the fuck? I swear I pinned it. I had to have. Weird. Okay, thanks for the donation, F.
Now, the thing about these little guys is you actually have to pick up the can first, then you have to take it and open it like so. And then, once you have it open, you actually have to take one of them, okay, one of these Zins, one of the upper deckies, so to speak, and you have to take it and insert it into your mouth.
Like that.
Unless Hasan has hands like Don Lickles from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, in neither of the clips where he most clearly reaches out to that direction before Kaya jumps back onto her bed does he consume a Zin. But there are some other potential factors that many have brought up as things that could exonerate Hasan from the dog-shocking allegations, at least as they pertain to the main incident which set this whole thing off. One of them is the claim that on the day the fateful clip of Kaya yelping was caught on stream, the usual electronic box with a blinking green light was not visible on her collar. The thing is, in the images provided here on the right side, the whole collar is rotated to the other side of Kaya's neck, so the box is underneath the white circular shape. On the left side, due to it being rotated to the other side of the neck, the box
Us veteran donors have VGS Streamlabs link on speed dial, so to speak, so we don't even lock a chat for his link.
I'd still appreciate it if you could warn me. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
box would then be above the white circular shape, and it's clearly covered in fur. Additionally, the green light would only be visible by seeing underneath the box, which is not
Oh yeah, some ordinary gamers, I'd ban him.
Possible from this angle. But even if the Zin explanation and the no box and no green light theory were
I guess Paul Saladino could potentially be on that list. I hate his ass.
Were both proven to be true, this only accounts for the specific day in which the main incident happened. But the problem is, as I showed earlier, there were multiple clips of Hasan doing this. Did this specific sequence of movements just coincidentally take place in every single instance? Or could it be that there's a pattern that the public is noticing? A pattern of negligent or even sadistic treatment of Kaya under the guise of training. At the very least, even if none of these things turn out to be true, people do have a reason to be concerned, as Hasan is on record saying some pretty questionable things about Kaya while on stream. And I'm actually gonna get a little bit more serious for a moment here. If you're very sensitive to situations involving animals, no joke, this is a trigger warning, as it's actually a little bit disturbing.
I don't know if putting them in a confined space like this together is a good idea, but we're about to see very quickly, she will most likely recognize, she will very quickly learn that that's probably a mistake. Because if she keeps pushing Fiona, Fiona is going to bite. Oh, there we go. Good job, Fiona. You tell her. One thing I will tell you, I've seen her. Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. What do you mean? That they had to chop it.
Is it true that famous celebrities have more mental health issues than everyday people? This Reddit clip is interesting.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Let me see.
Is this game Durian Rider?
Still get into those spaces where I'm like, just jealous. Like, why the fuck does he get to do this? Or why is his life working out and my life feels like it's in shambles?
Who's he talking about?
Still get into those spaces where I'm like, just...
Don't think his life is in shambles, unless he, like, wasted all of his money. Pretty sure if you have millions of dollars in the bank, I can guarantee you your life is not in shambles. Thanks for the donation, Blackberry.
She needs to learn. See? See? She wants out.
Dude, there's something fucking seriously wrong with this dude. It's like he gets a sadistic pleasure from just hurting animals.
The wind, children.
Did you see that? I want you guys to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so funny.
Now remember, all of these clips organically erupted in the wake of the first incident, and none of them were the product of a concerted effort to selectively edit and decontextualize footage to make Hasan look bad. There were and are still fans of Hasan who have also taken him to task for this. So this is no gratuitous witch hunt for political reasons or some kind of personal thing against Hasan. Even I can't deny, many of the people who latched onto this already didn't like him. Within one day of it, streamer XQC took on the mantle of Detective Toenail to analyze Hasan's VOD frame by frame, coming to much of the same conclusions I've already gone over. A day later, Moist Critical joined in and signal boosted awareness of this situation to the masses, as if this wasn't enough of a hot topic already.
He kind of downplayed it and shrugged it off as like, oh, a bunch of bad actors attacking me for some phony baloney.
Killing Titan Donatillers, you into long socks on girls? No.
Barnacles here, you know, unbelievable, this is all a load of fish paste.
Of course, to Hasan loyalists, this became a reason to accuse XQC and Charlie of being pro-Israel. Now, if you think I'm being hyperbolic, you're simply unfamiliar with the Hasan fandom's game. That is how they roll, and it goes all the way to the top. In response to the controversy, Hasan posted a story to his Instagram, which read, "She has no idea she's been the most famous dog on the internet for the past 2 days because of a coordinated far-right / pro-Israel slander campaign." Now, the thing about this is you can rest easy knowing that a significant amount, if not the crushing majority of people browsing r/livestream fails and making fun of streamers could not care less about Israel or the war. They just hate streamers. However, that doesn't seem to compute for Hasan and people like him, who can only think in these terms. Regarding Charlie's video, Hasan himself had this to say.
He put a stake on this, okay? He was like, oh, enough people shit on him. It's good enough. It's like, it's obviously, no matter how made up a narrative it is, if a clip looks bad enough, then he will go with it. And he will just use these guys.
UVG, remember when I said I would never give Hasan a pet? I take that back. I would give him one kind of pet, a velociraptor that would kill and eat him.
Well, velociraptors are kind of small. He could, in theory, defend himself against a velociraptor. You'd probably want... Like, if you wanted to be safe, you'd want a T-Rex. But, what's the one... There's one smaller than a T-Rex, but it's a lot larger than a velociraptor. It's kind of about the same size as maybe a juvenile giraffe. Can't remember the name. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Is all they do, all these guys do is basically farm Reddit for talking points, and Reddit can so easily be botted and manipulated, and I don't think we're ever gonna get ahead of that. There's just nothing we can do. Bro, he said you're abusing Kyle, like, no way. Yeah, I mean, if he thinks that he can suck my dick. I mean, it took him 2 years to come out and be like, yeah, the genocide is happening and it's really bad, actually.
Can any single thing on Earth not get turned into a purity test regarding Israel for these people? It's actually unbelievable to see. Meanwhile, Hasan's editor, again, this isn't just a random fans thing, this behavior comes from the top of the Hasan industrial complex, actually accused XQC of being Quebecois Epstein. The evidence provided is a picture of XQC with Dr. Disrespect from long before the drama regarding him erupted. This was XQC's response.
Hasan's editor, if you want to make this comparison, okay. Now answer this question. Who went to a Diddy party? Don't. Hey.
Yeah.
Don't escape. Can't walk on this. Don't escape. It's a question. Who went to a Diddy party? Who went to a Diddy party? Answer that.
But it wasn't just the people who thought Hasan was doing something bad to his dog who were speaking out. For example, when fellow streamer Pokimane was asked about the participation of Hasan on her podcast that was going to come out soon, she remained pretty neutral on it, declining to make any specific comment and suggesting it wasn't really up to her how that would go down. Funnily enough, at the same time, Dexerto published news that the
I hate to say it, but I would say the CCP and Russo are whining the information and political war against the US in terms of them changing our political environment more so than we are changing theirs. Just look how they easily got Mad Money and Trump to win, for example.
Well, yeah, and again, it's largely because Trump won't ban TikTok. It's fucking retarded, man. Oh. I'm still tired after training. I'm gonna have to get used to training again because I took a week off. My cardio was actually better today than I remember it being pre-being sick. But yeah, I'm feeling tired. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
What are your thoughts on talk therapy? I feel like it's literally useless for lots of people, and therapists act like just talking about things can solve all problems.
Talk therapy is retarded nonsense. The only people it helps are dumb women who just want attention and they don't have any real problems. They just want to whine and complain and have somebody give them attention. So, yeah. Basically, talk therapy is useful for dumb, fat, middle-aged women who nobody gives any attention anymore because they're fat and ugly. And the reason they're going to therapy isn't to actually get a solution to their problems, but just to get the attention that they don't get anymore. But if you're, you know, a normal, functioning human being, or a man, you're not going to get any benefit from talk therapy. Thanks for the donation, though, Blackberry.
Also, using animals for politics like Hasan did is really scummy. I haven't seen something that scummy since a Trump supporter wrote the words Trump on that manatee's back.
Thank you, Justin. Tonight, federal agents in Homosassa have launched a full-scale investigation after a manatee was found with the word Trump scraped into the algae on the manatee's back.
Yeah, our Melanie Michael joins us now from Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park with the latest on the case.
A sad situation seen in the warm waters of Homosassa Springs.
I was sickened.
Boat Captain Haley
Okay, well, that's retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Then you have idots like this who think the CIA or choose own TikTok, read replies and scroll up to so dumb. Oh my god, Western hegemony, democracy and freedom are far from guaranteed as increasingly clear.
Yeah, Trump supporters are fucking retarded, man. Just out of this world retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Have you heard of the Utah raptor? They found the fossils in Utah and it was extra big, weighing 1,100 pounds, had wings. That doesn't sound like a raptor. Genus of a large dromaeosaurid, a group of feathered carnivores, theropods. Utah raptor, Ostromycemacy. That is extraordinarily large for a raptor. Okay, well, we need to bring back the Utah raptor to eat Hasan. Yeah. I don't think a normal-sized raptor would
Your
do.
opinion on talk therapy is based. What advice would you give to someone with CPTSD who hasn't gotten anywhere with talk therapy?
Well, there's two routes that you could go.
My god, how far has our species really de-evolved into writing Trump on the backs of marine mammals?
Yeah, whoever did that should be shot. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. I would say there's two routes you could go down. One would be to find a male therapist. Don't ever talk to a female therapist. And two, talk to a male therapist that specializes in dealing with male problems. The fundamental issue with therapy in general is that the vast majority of people who seek therapy are women. And there's two reasons for that. Women are more prone to having mental health issues, and women are also more prone to being whiny cunts that just want attention. So you're going to get a larger population of women going to therapy, either because they genuinely need it, because women are more prone to have mental health issues, and women are also more prone to being whiny, attention-seeking cunts who will just go to therapy just to get attention. So a lot of therapy has been geared towards helping women specifically. And because of the whiny, cunt, attention-seeking bitch problem, a lot of therapy or a lot of theories around therapy have been geared towards providing services for women who don't have any real problems and they just need attention. So, a lot of therapy has been geared towards women in particular, but on top of that, because like people are delusional and they think every woman who goes into therapy actually has a problem, they've deluded themselves into thinking things like, oh, just talking about your problems will solve your issues, when no, the women who are getting a benefit from that never had problems to begin with. They just wanted attention. So you need to find a therapist that actually does therapy and doesn't just talk to fucking dumb women who need attention. So find a male therapist that specializes in treating male-specific issues. And men want solutions to their problems. They don't just want to have somebody to talk to and vent their frustration or something, because that's just a waste of time and it's stupid. So if you can find a therapist who can actually give you actionable things that you can do for your problems that specialize in, dealing with men, that would be a way forward. The other route, which you might find more success in, is self-help. I've gotten to a point now where I do not trust any doctors, any therapists. It's your health and well-being, and ultimately it's up to you, to get healthy and do what you need to do for your own health and well-being. So putting your trust in anybody else doesn't make any sense to me. So the way I cured my depression was by using magic mushrooms, and it's not even the mushrooms that just zapped me out of the depression. It was like what I learned from the mushroom trip. I would look into Stoic philosophy. That will likely help you a lot. What people fail to realize whenever they have issues like depression or PTSD or anxiety is that you have control over your own mental state. You're the master of your mind. And you can learn to just control the way you feel. If you can control everything else, you can control what food you put in your body, you can control whether or not you exercise, you can control whether you go outside, who you talk to, like this and that. You can also control whether or not you're feeling depressed, whether or not you're feeling anxious. These are all things within your control, and it's all a matter of mindset and changing the way you look at things and using, your human will and ability to rationalize to change your mindset to a more preferable state. So I would look into Stoicism. That definitely helped me. And also just get rid of this idea that if you're a moral realist, get rid of that idea. There's no God. There's only nihilism. I've made many long rambles about nihilism, that I'm sure nobody wants to listen to anymore. But yeah, I would look into self-help, and I'd start with learning about Stoicism. Thanks for the donation, though, Lion. Hope that helps.
Wow, I can't believe it. Code Pink shut the hall up about Israel and mentioned Sudan, but of course they are blaming the US and not the Muslim Brotherhood-led army that the RSF is fitting. x.com/i/status/1982973198074556510. See what they've been up to. x.com/codepink.
Where there are war criminals who are responsible for the genocide in Sudan staying. And there have been women-led actions for the past few days making noise outside of the hotel with demands.
So we're here today because Al-Ghani Hamdan Dagalu, a war criminal, one of the leaders of the RSF militia, who have been committing this bloody genocide and brutal genocide against the innocent men, women, and children of Sudan throughout these past 2 years, is being hosted in this hotel, although Al-Goni Hamdan Dagalo was sanctioned by the U.S. government, but
they're paid by China to spread anti-American propaganda, so they're obviously not going to put any blame on the Muslim Brotherhood, because that would, train, that would teach people that Muslims are evil and we shouldn't allow them to immigrate. So they want to create, internal turmoil within the U.S. and get people to hate their own country and create problems here. So these people are pieces of shit who should be locked up. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
You should pull a Luigi or order 66 on Frank. Watch Dr. Paul instead, he's smart.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Look, do you see it? All these dudes. Look. What do they all have in common, guys?
Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Ben Skoranek, A-Rod. More and more athletes are finally starting to understand the danger behind wireless technology like Bluetooth headphones.
You gotta protect the brain.
It's not a conspiracy
What a fucking retard.
guys. I love that athletes are waking up to this. There's a 2024 randomized controlled study in humans showing that sleeping next to a 2.45 gigahertz signal, which is exactly what comes out of your phone, changed sleep architecture.
I'm gonna guess that no. This is just bullshit.
What comes out of your phone.
I noticed that he cut it off where it says however. So, yeah, I'm gonna assume this is just bullshit.
Comes out of your phone, changed sleep architecture. It disrupted sleep quality. There's another recent observational cohort that correlated the use of Bluetooth headphones with an increase.
Oh, yes, thyroid nodules.
Instance of thyroid nodules. There is mounting evidence that radio frequency EMF actually affect human physiology.
No, there's not. There's no plausible mechanism in which it could possibly do that. It does not output enough energy to cause any kind of cellular damage, and it's non-ionizing, so it's not possible. By the way, this is the same person who says UV radiation from the sun isn't harmful, even though it does output enough energy and is ionizing enough to cause, damage to your cells.
And why wouldn't it? It's something we've never been exposed to as humans throughout
That's not true. There's radio waves, microwaves, all over the fucking place. You just don't see it.
our history. Look, RF EMF is not ionizing. It's not X-rays. No, it can't directly damage your DNA. But electromagnetic radiation doesn't have to be ionizing in power to actually affect physiologic processes.
Yeah, dumbass. These radio devices, they are regulated. So they can't output enough energy to raise the temperature of water. Meaning, like, yeah, in theory, you could increase the energy output of these devices where they can cause damage to your body's tissues. But they're regulated so they can't do that. So there's a reason why if you use a space heater, they warn you on the label on the space heater, do not put this close to your body. The energy, like the infrared coming from a space heater, it's not ionizing. It's not going to break down protein bonds in your DNA, but it outputs enough energy where it will burn you. So like your cell phone can't do that. So it's like if you were to get a space heater, but put the output, like the energy on the space heater so low that it doesn't actually increase the fucking temperature in the room. Like it doesn't output any perceivable heat. It's not going to do anything to you. Same with the cell phone. It doesn't have anywhere near enough energy to do anything.
These happening in your body. Bluetooth AirPods, we just don't know what these could do to your brain, the salivary glands, to your thyroid. Long term, use wired headphones as
Yeah, that's great. You're gay. What a dumbass.
4 toxic items in your kitchen that you need to get rid of and what you should swap them for. Number 1, plastic cutting boards. These are in every home I've been into, every Airbnb I travel to. When you cut on a plastic
I actually have to get rid of my plastic cutting board. I keep fucking
cutting board, you are literally creating
forgetting.
thousands of plastic, microplastic particles that are going into your food and your body. The easy swap is for a wood cutting board, which you can clean with vinegar. Number 2, Teflon pans. Teflon was originally developed as a tank coating, and it should have stayed that way.
It was not originally developed as a tank coating. It wasn't developed for anything. It was actually developed accidentally, and the chemist who discovered it, he was working for a company that had a military contract, and they figured they could use it in the Manhattan Project when they were enriching uranium, and a lot of the piping that they used for the uranium, it was getting corroded, so they used Teflon to protect the pipes when they were, enriching uranium. That's what it was originally used for, and then they ended up using it for barrels in like rifles, machine guns, artillery to prevent them from wearing down. And then they added it to a whole bunch of other stuff, clothing, nonstick cookware. Teflon is entirely safe. There is no risk of doing any damage to your body using Teflon. The thing that's dangerous is C8, which is it's part of the chemical process in making Teflon. But the actual Teflon coating on the pan you're using is completely safe. It's entirely inert, and it can't do anything to you.
When you heat a Teflon pan above 500 degrees centigrade, the Teflon particles can aerosolize and you can breathe them, causing lung problems and other issues. Get Teflon pans out of your life. Also, when you scratch the pan,
or you could just not put it at too high of a heat.
And you can ingest these particles, which are
yeah, ingesting Teflon is totally safe. The molecular structure is way too long. Your body can't absorb it.
probably not great for humans. The easy swap is for a stainless steel pan or cast iron. Number 3, aluminum foil. When this touches your food, there's clear evidence that the aluminum leaches into your food. Excess accumulation of aluminum throughout your body, especially in your brain, has been linked to neurotoxicity, dementia, Alzheimer's. The easy swap is for a non-bleached parchment paper. Get aluminum foil out of your kitchen completely. Number 4, seed oils. Corn, canola, sunflower, safflower, soybean oils, peanut oils. Get these out of your kitchen. Get them out
yeah, those are fine.
of your life completely. These are refined, bleached, deodorized oils that are harmful for humans. The easy swap
They are not harmful for humans.
is for tallow. It's for an
Yes, tallow, which is known to cause heart disease.
animal fat. Send this to one of your
What a fucking retard.
Like, what is this? There's a cage in the window? What is this? No, it's a baby getting ready to go in a cage in a window. It's old footage from like the 20s or 30s. Is she gonna put the baby in the window? What? Like, baby, I hope this is a strong cage. I understand this stuff, and now I forgot I can not go down 26 floors. I mean, clearly we're living too much like animals in house.
All right, thanks for the donation order. God damn it, what the fuck? Thanks for the donation order 66, Frank Tufano.
You know, if these people hate this country so much, then why don't they just move to the Middle East or Sudan if they love them so much then?
Because they don't actually believe that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Allison Becker donated 3 Canadian. Sort the comments by newest. Scroll down to Albin Bjork. Comment NH is live. Also, so many of the new comments on that video are shitting on him. He used to be loved a few years ago.
Against you to
Well, NH is a fucking retard. I don't know where this person's comment is supposed to be. I'm not scrolling for 10 minutes looking for a random comment. Thanks for the donation.
The episode of the podcast with Hasan wouldn't be going up, which Pokey herself responded to. The episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it'd cause drama, and also posted this statement without my approval. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. As people who saw this pointed out, most likely someone was getting fired by Pokimane for trying to manage the situation with Hasan. She wasn't.
Pokimane is a fucking disgusting scumbag. Dodo donate $2 women therapy.
Let's have a little squeeze.
Yeah.
Okay. So chakras?
Yeah, it's what they do. Thanks for the donation. Username donated finally ordered terzepatide from Omega Amino, going to test it out at 1 milligram per week for a month. Thanks for all your advice. Is Dr. Avi a big believer in these peptides? Any advice when starting? I don't know why you I don't know why you went with terzepatide and not retatrutide. Since retatrutide retatrutide is technically the more effective drug. I don't have any advice when starting. The only advice I really have is just splitting up the dose bi-weekly. So rather than doing a once-a-week injection, do a twice-a-week injection with half the dose. So if you're going to start with 1 milligram per week, take half a milligram, you know, like Monday, half a milligram Friday, something like that. That's really it, though. Thanks for the donation, username, and yeah, Avi. It's like, what do you mean believe in the peptide? These drugs have gone through human randomized trials. They work. Thanks for the donation, though.
The only one to step up on his behalf either, as fellow streamer Valkyrae was even more vocal about it, going on a rant about how people should be more concerned about, you guessed it, Israel and Palestine.
You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff, but you know, this priorities in this world are not where they should be.
I'm feeling a migraine start to come on from imagining what it must be like inside these people's minds. I genuinely don't know if they just bring the topic up as an excuse to not pay attention to their own problems, or if they do actually spend every waking hour thinking about Israel. Now, when this attempt at distracting everyone didn't go her way, her tone slowly changed, as she went on to say that she should have done more to decouple the two topics, adding that she even messaged Asmongold for advice.
First of all, I do want to apologize to my mods. I think people are gonna be crazy in chat today. The last time I streamed, How
do any of these people have an audience that watches them? They're the most fake, vapid, attention-seeking, lying cunts. Nothing about them is real. They're just the most fake, fucking, just grating, annoying liars. And I mean, she looks like a fucking old lady. Like, why would you even watch her? She's not even hot. She looks like a fucking grandma. I don't understand who the fuck are who is watching these people?
talked about the Kaya situation, but the way I addressed it made it seem like I was deflecting from the main topic while talking about other issues in the world, which I understand. Now that I looked it back, I was like, oh yeah, that was probably not the best way to talk about it. So
That study was a baby monitor, as if your baby crying wouldn't be the thing that affects sleep, lol. Oh, really? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Dodo donate $2, go pee, and let's start playing now. Well, I don't quite have to pee yet. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
I think criticism is valid.
I want to finish watching this, then we'll play some games.
Listen, I'm not perfect.
Actually, I have to download it. Dude, it's so ridiculous how expensive these games are.
Just look at this woman child with her stuffed animals and plushies who would houndly that this bitch on Palestine seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what everyone's problems are. Like, you're listening to some, like, idiot in a room filled with stuffed toys talking about fucking Palestine. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I do think that I could have maybe separated those two topics a bit more because it's all in one clip and it just, I get it. Like, I understand why people are being so mean to me, but you didn't say anything. It's not a matter of whether I said something right or wrong. It's just more so that the timing of it was not good. About LSF, I messaged Nick Pullum and I messaged Asmongold. I asked both of them, I was like, hey, I don't really use Reddit a whole lot, but like, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, I should have definitely like spoken about it differently.
I don't know how she gets away with this, given how widely hated Asmongold is by people in Hasan's audience or people adjacent to it. I should say that she actually pulled out the "I was on my period tee-hee" card about 9 minutes into this clip, which is insane to me.
It probably wasn't the best idea to talk about such serious things after a 12-hour stream while sick with bronchitis, jet lagged, on my period.
I'm not a woman, so I guess I should ask you guys in the audience who are owners of a P word. Does getting your period cause you to have visions of Middle Eastern conflict when your friend is potentially shocking his dog? Is that how it works? What's the hormonal basis for that phenomenon? Now, although the list of mostly female streamers who were on Hasan's side kept growing, Hasan eventually decided it was
Dodo Donatello's rumor has it that Shenmue 4 is in development. Great, hope it's true because I look forward to you playing that also. Put this video on 2x speed. I'm not going to 2x it, but 1.5x should do. I don't think Shenmue 4 is in development. I mean, hopefully it is. The games are funny. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Time to speak for himself, posting a video called "You Are Being Lied To." In it, he says that Kaya does wear an electronic collar, but that it only has a vibrating function. However, he only goes over the original incident's clip, and another clip of him saying he bought a collar for his previous dog, but didn't use it. He doesn't go over any of the other clips I showed earlier, which are far more damning and hard to explain. But the one good point that he does make here is that his insistence on keeping Kaya on her elevated bed is because she has joint issues, so he doesn't want her to lie on the ground. Now, personally, I don't think he'd straight up lie about this particular detail, and he especially doesn't seem like he's making this part up, because I know some
he would lie about this part.
Dogs, especially big ones, do end up suffering from these kinds of issues due to how heavy they get. He also says that Kaya does get hours outside and exercises frequently, which I'll just trust him to not be lying about, I guess. But still, it doesn't exactly explain.
Yeah, so laying down on a floor does not cause joint issues. That is just pure nonsense.
Why he needs to specifically keep her there for 4 hours straight, if not for the most commonly theorized explanation, which is that he likes her to be part of his streaming setup background like a big stuffed animal. It's not as if you can perfectly time when the dog is going to sleep. And even if you could, their sleep schedule shouldn't be occupying the hours you're in the same room where they're trying to sleep, streaming with bright lights on, ranting and raving about Palestine or whatever he does for 4 hours straight. While this video came somewhat close to putting this issue to bed, it fell short in the most significant way possible. The actual collar, which Hasan claimed was only capable of producing vibrations. One of the first people to get on it and address his explanation was XQC.
There should be a white serial number that doesn't have a protruding, so it would be indented with some serial number or some sticker on the inside, right? But in the one shown on Hasan's room, which is the same one, it has nothing. Why? Tape.
Once again, this discussion of Hasan manually removing the collar's prongs that produce the shock and taping over where they were brought yet another round of mostly female streamers coping on Hasan's behalf. And they were just as delusional as the first.
The taped photo is
doctor, dude. You fell for misinfo. Congratulations, bro. This image, you can clearly see the tape. And when you look at the artifacting on these photos, it's very obviously a Photoshop drop. I saw someone who provided info the caller when he showed it. He took out the contact points and put electrical tape over it. I watched the same clip. There's no tape. You cannot cut the prongs off man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Sasha Grey is a dumb bitch.
The cope is so...
A few moments later.
The electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Oh, I don't want to watch any more of this.
Again, the only problem here is...
Yeah.
Even if Hasan is innocent, they're wrong. You can remove the prongs with just one hand if you want to, because of course you can. Why wouldn't that be a possibility? Hasan himself was smart enough to pick a better strategy than to focus on those details, opting instead to claim that even though he showed Kaya's e-collar on his video about it, she didn't even have it on the day of the incident.
Third group of people are the ones who are like, look at this clip, look at that clip, look at this clip. Like, it's obvious he's moving his arms around. Like, he's constantly in a state of zapping. They moved away from the initial conversation, which was that, like, she didn't even have that collar on to begin with. And the only reason why I showed the collar was because people were clipping other instances. First of all, are any of the collars illegal? No. Even in the maximalist position.
It's interesting here that he acknowledges the other instance where it looks like Kaya got shocked, but deliberately opted to not include them in his video, almost as if he knew it would be harder for him to explain. I also don't know what he's talking about exactly. I assume he's making the same claim as that Reddit post that says she did have a collar on, but it didn't have the little electronic box, which we already went over earlier. This is probably one of his best lines of defense, as it provides some reasonable doubt. If, in that one instance, it looks like Kaya was being shocked without it actually happening, then it's hypothetically possible that sometimes it really looks like he's shocking her without it being the case. Unfortunately for him, he didn't keep his story consistent, as for whatever reason, he switched up to talking about pressing the gate button.
Can we just move on, please? Because like the memes were funny in the first couple of days, but now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill, in the way that like anytime my arm moves around or like I unlock the gate, like I do have a button on my desk for the gate, right? And I unlock the gate, and obviously if you have a dog, you know this already, when they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again. You know, it's just, they are weird stalkers that are demonstrating their mental illness. And I think it's just, you know, it is what it is.
I have no idea why he thought it was smart to obfuscate this much and in this way. When he points to the gate button, it is literally in the opposite direction of where he looks every time it looks like Kaya gets shocked.
Yeah.
While researching this video, I didn't see anyone claim that that's where the remote for the e-collar was. So this just makes him look even more guilty and more desperate. For weeks following the incident, speculation ran wild as to what exactly the model of the e-collar was and what that remote we saw on stream corresponded to. And even I'm going to admit it got a little bit schizo, as people were having to extrapolate from very little information. With that being said, eventually one specific brand and model came out on top, the Educator RX90. Now, why was this one selected as the culprit behind Kaya's yelps over all of the other ones? Well, that's because the actual company who makes them recognized it from the pictures of Hasan's stream. And they actually said, that looks like the low to medium power RX90 receiver that comes with most of our units out of the box. It looks like someone cut off the contact points and put tape over it to maybe cover up any rough edges left for cutting, instead of just replacing the contact points with a comfort pad. If you want to be sure exactly which
Zoran Kwame Mamdani is the Obama of our generation, whether you like it or not. He's going places. And quickly. He will improve quality of life in NYC, prices will come down, minorities will be treated equally. No more money for Israel. President Mamdani.
He literally can't become president because he's not a US citizen. So, no. He's not a natural born US citizen. So, that's never happening, fortunately. Thanks for the donation, stupid.
Receiver it is, you will need to remove the tape. It already looks pretty bad, but this email from the company really put the nail in the coffin. By the way, just so we're clear here, I don't think the general sentiment that people are getting on Hasan's ass for is that all shock collars are inherently evil and should never be used. There are some justifiable use cases. The issue is that keeping your dog static on its bed for 4 hours like it's a stream prop isn't one of those cases. Additionally, to counter any claims that pictures of the collar with tape over it are photoshopped, you can just look at the video Hasan himself posted and see exactly how much it looks like the one he removed the prongs and put tape over. When the electrical tape became too hard to outright deny, the narrative then changed to claiming that he only put the tape there because supposedly his phone number was written under the tape and he only did it to conceal that. I guess with the explanation being that if Kaya somehow ran away and someone took off the collar, they would then see the phone number and be able to call him and tell him that they had his dog. But to be honest, I see this as more goofy cope cooked up by people who are dead set on Hasan's innocence. Between Hasan's responses and the community's further investigations, there were some sideshows that were as ridiculous and asinine as it gets. For whatever reason, Mr. Ryan Beard, a prominent leftist bread tuber, decided to pitch in, only to accidentally put his foot in his mouth by doing possibly one of the most tone-deaf things imaginable. Literally, while the drama around Hasan and Kaya was in the middle of unfolding, he made a video about the singer David, who I've already made a video on in the allegations regarding him. Now, obviously the video that Ryan Beard made wasn't the issue itself, but instead it's how he starts the video, seemingly taking a shot at Ethan Klein of H3H3 for allegedly having contributed to his dog's death by feeding it cheese. A comment underneath this video says, "A child died, a child who was most likely groomed and let down by every authority and body that should have protected her. And you chose her death to take a potshot at internet creators? You're defending yourself by saying this is comedy. Is a child's death comedy fodder? You end."
Doesn't mean he can't be vice president. How does an Ayok Mamdani ticket sound? Only thing that can save you from that is Gavin Newsom, who you hate equally as much. Or vote Republican. Which I'd honestly be fine with if it's an anti-war Republican.
You can't be vice president. if you're not a natural-born U.S. citizen. Thanks for the donation, stupid.
This with a joke about a dog who shit its brains out and died. You want to equate that already flawed logic to her case? Internet beef is not the same as a child who was most likely groomed, likely murdered before being dismembered and abandoned in a car to decompose and disappear. It's not a punchline or an underlining message to link to creators and their dogs. It's a life, and one you clearly don't care about. Now, although I'm not going to get into too many of the details here because it's just kind of outside the relevance of this particular video, it is relevant to say that Ethan himself was the one who spoke out about how he regretted feeding his dog cheese, and how he did so not just because of ignorance, but also because the veterinarian whom he took the dog to happened to not take issue with the cheese in his diet. As far as I can tell, this is a far cry from the situation with Hasan, where, much like the cheese situation, it's not necessarily that what he's doing is the most evil thing ever, but it's also that he seems to be compulsively lying about it and scrambling for excuses, when he could, like Ethan, just acknowledge that he screwed up and possibly contributed to his dog's suffering. I genuinely don't care for either side in the grander scheme of Ethan versus Hasan and that whole crusade, but if there is one thing I know about it, it's that even if you really like one of these content creators, unless you have a lot to gain, you should probably just stay away from this drama altogether. Now, their drama has layers upon layers that are impossible to fully understand unless you obsess over minute details and have autism, but ultimately, Ethan and Hasan used to be friends, which adds another coating of mess onto all of it. Simply put, this is their beef, and it shouldn't be inherited by anyone, even if you disagree with one side over the other. Ryan Beard himself seemed to understand this, as when he announced he canceled his video on the H3 and Hasan drama, he said this: "Hey everyone, so I've decided to walk away from making a video about Ethan and Hasan. When I announced that I was working on a video trying to give a level-headed perspective on the situation, critiquing everyone involved, I didn't expect that I would be threatened by Hasan and attacked by the H3 Snark subreddit for weeks and get a bunch of threats in my DMs. I've kind of realized that everyone on the internet is super entrenched in their opinions on this stupid drama war, and no one is really interested in hearing me try to give nuanced takes on it, and I just want to move on and do my own thing. This was the smart way out, but unfortunately it seems like Ryan forgot about this part."
Dodo Donateller, speaking of Gavin Newsom, he and Kamala Harris have hinted in recent days they may run for president in 2028. Now I think Kamala Harris would be a fine president, but I don't think she should run, and she just wouldn't win, so that would be a big mistake. Yeah, she's not going to win. Gavin Newsom would be a more viable candidate because he's not a boring woman. I don't like Gavin Newsom. The guy's a fucking lying, just gay fucking dipshit, but yeah, he's a more viable candidate in terms of like being able to be elected.
Oh my god, what kind of sick fuck feeds their dog cheese that's not even a part of their natural diet?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid. It's funny how people give me shit about feeding, like, my dogs and cats vegan when, Finn died, but he lived to 12. No other dog died, and, Prismo didn't even die from anything related to what he ate. It was, the fucking paw infection. But then, like, you've got H3 feeding the dog, like, it's just fucking stupid. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Policy and decided to go back to getting involved. After posting the video containing the jokes about Ethan's dog, he left a public comment saying this: "Yes, Ethan's dog died of kidney disease, and Ethan said himself on his podcast that the high sodium content in cheese can lead to kidney disease if you feed too much of it to small dogs, and he wishes he would have done that research ahead of time. I didn't claim with 100% certainty that feeding the cheese is definitely what killed his dog. Maybe the kidney disease was unrelated to the cheese. I made a subtle jab at Ethan because I do think he deserves to be made fun of for his negligent treatment of his dog. It's your responsibility as a pet owner to properly research what is and isn't healthy to feed your dog. You all need to take the L and back down because it is obviously bad that Ethan didn't do the proper research in crafting his dog's diet. And to be clear, I also made fun of Hasan in the song by referencing how he potentially shocks his dog, and based on the evidence available, I think it seems like he does. To me, it seems like both Hasan and Ethan are bad dog owners, and if you're super offended that I made fun of both of them, you can cope and seethe. It's somewhat hard to understand the rationale and motivation behind the decision to approach the situation like this. I'm sure part of it is he's still trying to do his original idea of presenting himself as an impartial observer of the H3 versus Hasan drama, but the thing is, Ethan's dog died about 2 years ago, yet it was the first thing that came to Ryan's mind when people started talking about Hasan potentially shocking Kaya. This suggests that, despite acknowledging Hasan probably shocked his dog, he still wants to soften the backlash Hasan is getting for it by bringing up how Ethan may have contributed to his dog dying 2 years ago. I'm honestly changing my mind about Valkyrie's period excuse from earlier. That makes a lot more sense than this. I don't know if this is him trying to win over some straggling ex-Hasan fans or what, but clearly it wasn't the brightest idea. Soon after, Ethan posted a DM exchange with Ryan, where Ryan can be seen doubling down on his attempted explanation for why he joked about Ethan's dog in a video about David, which Ethan captions with the following: "Ryan Beard thinks it's funny and reasonable to make me relitigate the most heartbreaking and painful loss of my first dog, Shredder. He thinks it belongs in the same video about someone murdering a child and stuffing them in the trunk. I really don't understand how the impulse to run defense for Hasan runs so deep, deep that it becomes self-destructive. I mean, another person who got caught up in this was Sasha Grey, whose clip I played earlier of her clicking off as soon as she heard someone explaining how the prongs were detached from the shock collar and taped over.
Oh. I don't want to watch any more of this.
According to Dan Saltman, she began handing out DMCA notices to whoever posted clips of her stream, highlighting how willfully blind she was to any evidence that Hasan may have shocked Kaya. However, more concerning than individual people sweeping for Hasan are the claims that the platform of Twitch itself was also running defense for him, with the main claims being that they ban or time out people for bringing up the situation. We're gonna get back to the Twitch staff pretty soon, because after a brief reprieve from the Kaya situation, Hasan went right back to reacting to it in ways that only made it far worse for him. Granted, he started very small, by simply showing Kaya sleeping in his office as if it were proof that everything he said up until this point was true. I genuinely think that if he just kept up this strategy of downplaying it and just moving away from it, most people would eventually let it go. But then, he made the mistake of reigniting the situation by giving an interview to TMZ. I honestly don't think it's worth going over the specific contents of the interview, because it's mostly just more of what he'd already said in the first video about it, which makes it that much more pointless for him to go back to talking about the incident. At this point though, I think he was just irrationally mauling about it, and it was even showing up in his regular streams.
There's a reason why there aren't that many like left figures out there, because when there are left figures out there, they get destroyed. Meanwhile, right-wing figures are literally doing rapes, okay? They're doing rapes, and nothing matters. On the right, it don't matter. This isn't to say that like there shouldn't be a limit, you know what I mean? I'm just saying be a little bit more, exercise a little bit more critical thought. Maybe have a dog and it not be a part of your persona if you don't want to question when you're invasive. You're no different than the GOP. You're a 40-month subscriber and you think I'm like the grand old party because I won't just sit there and be like, you guys are right, I'm actually abusive to my dog. This is unironically what I was talking about. Please exercise a little bit of critical thinking, and I think you will realize that maybe you're not behaving correctly about this.
For one thing, he really shouldn't be engaging with his subs like that for his own sanity's sake. That's just really bad streaming form in general. Secondly, what is he even saying when he says right-wing figures are doing rapes? That's such a stilted and out of nowhere thing to say, especially given the context being about something else entirely. Once again, it looks like he's attempting to politicize the situation and make it about something else besides the dog-shocking allegations. But this wasn't even the worst moment, as he continued crashing out regularly since then, giving his audience a pretty good impression of Deller.
Everyone now! Please shut the up about Grant Plattner right now, okay? You can be as annoying as you want to when we get to it, okay? Please shut the up about Grant Plattner. I want to Brian kill me. I can't stand any of you dumb. I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on. I hate my life. I am black-pilled. Nothing will ever get better. We are never gonna make it out. We can't even have a normal, non-hostile goddamn conversation on any of these issues. I just want to go away. If I wasn't so goddamn stubborn, I would have a long time ago. Oh my lord, dude. The most annoying people are literally like the 40-month subscribers. The people that actually brick me. The people that actually cause me to spiral out of control are always the people that have been in this community for years, who never shut the
What he fails to realize is that he built this audience brick by brick, and like Dr. Frankenstein, he's in fear of the monster he's created. Ironically, this is something that happened to his current arch nemesis, Ethan Klein, who cozied up to the BreadTube audience only to get eaten alive once the tides turned. Now, it's Hasan's turn to face the music from his audience of scrutinous zealots who will pick at him until he goes insane. Around the same time this was going on, he made some tweet talking about how the Department of Homeland Security and cops kill a lot of dogs. Again, I have no clue as to what this is supposed to prove or what he's trying to say. He ends his tweet with, "They don't care about animals," which makes me think he's talking about his political opponents, which doesn't really add up with what he was saying on stream about how his longtime subs were the ones giving him the most grief about the Kaya situation. The reality is, whether Hasan shocked Kaya or not has nothing to do with politics, and the same people chewing Hasan alive would be chewing Asmongold alive too if he was the one electrocuting his dog. Also, I don't know why he did this next thing, but he did a stream where he was attending a protest with what looked to be a bulletproof vest with Kaya. I know that everyone was asking him to stop keeping her inside and take her on walks, but is a protest really the right place to do that while wearing a bulletproof vest, which clearly suggests that it's some kind of dangerous thing to do? Fortunately, nothing bad happened there, but I'm almost frustrated with how easily he makes it for people to dunk on him. One of the late adopters of the Hasan pylon was none other than his former associate, Ludwig, who went on to address the situation.
Do I think Hasan shocked his dog? I have no clue. I think he lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar based off what's on my For You page. Maybe I'm getting psyoped. He's adamant that he hasn't shocked her. But that 100% is a shock collar, as a fact. I feel like it's 100% a shock collar. But I got no clue.
This was kind of surprising to a lot of people who, because of their previous friendly relationship, assumed that Ludwig would hold the line and defend him, only for Ludwig to break formation with the rest of Hasan's fellow Twitch streamers' defense force and wave himself out. Even though he didn't really say anything crazy here, the response he got was violently negative. As we can see here, it's not Hasan himself that makes the calls to pressure people to not criticize him. It's the fan base of rabid followers who aggressively police the behavior of every single streamer who even vaguely says anything remotely negative about Hasan. Now, to add to the enormous dumpster fire that all of this had been for Twitch for the weeks that it lasted, it was capped off with a very bad, although completely unrelated situation that happened at TwitchCon. Streamer Emiru was essentially assaulted by a stalker while the staff at TwitchCon were clueless and basically let it happen. The general public has picked up on the sense that Twitch only really takes care of the few streamers it's partial to, who are made immune to everything, while everyone else has to fend for themselves. Honestly, I could make an entire 3-hour-long video if I wanted to about all the problems people have with Twitch, especially when it comes to favoritism towards certain streamers, but it's safe to say that the Hasan situation taking place in such close proximity to the Emiru incident definitely added to the negative perception of the company. It also didn't help that r/livestream fails got this clip from Hasan's stream, where his office and chair is completely empty, as his stream is rolling and Emiru's video about the assault is playing. I know that he probably came back at some point to give it proper reaction and commentary, but still, he's done so much to earn people's distrust and anger that, unless he changes the mission objective of his streaming, I think he's just gonna keep being the subject of this kind of mockery literally forever. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Tom, thanks for watching, and until next time,
Well, I'm glad Hasan is getting heavily criticized.
I'm sure you're
for that stupid shit. What a fucking asshole. Like, what a genuine dickhead. I don't like. Is there gonna be another pandemic? You know. Uh, oh man. Oh, gum gum. Dude, this cat is so huge and so cuddly. Yeah, you got your num num. Oh, Gum Gum is satisfied. He has a nice full tummy. He's nice and sleepy and he wants to cuddle. Isn't that right, Gum Gum? Yeah, that's a good baby. TMK to Tellers, do you think those invisible fence things are moral to keep the dog on your property and away from busy roads? Yeah, like the electric fence collar thing. Yeah, I think that's a situation where you could justify an electronic collar. So, you know. If it lets your dog have more like free roam playtime while keeping them safe and preventing them from running out onto the road, I don't see an issue with it. Thanks for the donation, TMK. Did Canada give you a stimulus check during COVID? I didn't end up taking one because I was under the impression that you have to pay it back. But apparently I was wrong. I could have just taken the cash, so I didn't ever end up getting a stimulus check. I need to plug in my controller. This might work. Is that too... There we go. Oh, Gummy. Oh, can I scoop you up? There we go. That's a good baby. Oh, someone's stretching. That's a good kitty. Hmm? How come you're so handsome? Wow. You're so beautiful, Gum Gum. Just so graceful. Yeah, that's a good baby. Yes, cuddle. Alright, well, Dodo wants me to play this shit game. Since Montreal's so close, do you have a lot of French speakers come across when you're in public with arrogant attitudes? I don't really interact with people much, and whenever French people are around, I'll just put the voice in English. Whenever French people are around, they don't really talk to anybody, so haven't gotten into any fights with Frenchies. Dodo Donatillers, I already finished 90% of my snacks. I'm waiting for you to start playing, but my intention was to snack while you play game. I only have some chocolate chips left. Alright, well, sorry for fucking up your snack timing. Maybe tomorrow you can have a more ideal planned snack time. Oh god. Fucking Lumen. I cruise on 500 milligrams, only $2 at 1849. This MD says TRT increases cardiovascular and prostate risk. It does not. There's literally no evidence for that. Bro is 50 years behind on the literature on testosterone.
Else could you do to boost your testosterone? Well, of course you could go on TRT, okay? Hot take heat here. First of all, if you are on TRT and you are getting it from a doctor, then ignore what I'm gonna say, okay? But this is just my opinion. And I know that the TRT warriors are gonna come out of the woodworks and be, actually, you know.
This guy's a beta male.
In the comments on this, just like the guys who are like defending SARMs online, like.
What year was your depression at its worst? Has 2025 been your best year mental health-wise?
Probably 2024. Yeah, 2024 to... Yeah, 2024. And yeah. 2025, I've had the best mental health. Thanks for the donation, Blackberry.
I literally think that there's cognitive dissonance where they have to tell themselves something they've convinced themselves of it. But look, guys, TRT has its own risks, okay? There's things like the potential, it doesn't mean this is guaranteed it's gonna happen, but there's potential for things like cardiac disease, blood clots.
No. Testosterone replacement therapy is cardioprotective. Blood clots are highly, highly conditional. If you're extremely prone to increase hematocrit and you have a disproportionate amount of platelet formation and you get absolutely no treatment for it and you don't get any regular blood work, then maybe. But I don't even think there's an increase. You don't even see an increased risk of stroke or myocardial infarction on TRT.
That's liver dysfunction,
liver dysfunction, testosterone is not, what is it? Yeah, hepatotoxic.
Prostate hypertrophy.
Prostate hypertrophy is fine. So if you have benign prostatic hyperplasia, that's not really a problem. And again, it's highly conditional.
And even
like it depends on how you, it depends on one, how prone you are to getting it, It also depends on what dose of TRT you're taking. It depends on how much you aromatize versus 5-alpha reduce.
Been questionable to no evidence of actual prostate cancer increase. Because guys, if you didn't know,
there's no prostate cancer increase on TRT.
Prostate cancer feeds on testosterone. Literally, they're not.
Prostate cancer does not feed on testosterone.
There have been studies looking at TRT and prostate cancer risk, and they have not found a direct correlation between the two. But it's something.
Yeah, they've found absolutely no link whatsoever.
That I personally, as an oncologist, have concerns about. Okay, now.
Men with low testosterone have the highest risk of prostate cancer.
If you have been diagnosed with low testosterone and tried these other things and corrected these other things like...
Yeah, this guy's just a beta male fucking fag, and he just doesn't like masculinity. Just a loser. Is there... what? You know what, fuck it. I'm playing this on easy because Silent Hills just aids.
I don't need them anyway. Who even cares about their dumb games?
Hinako? I thought you were playing with your friends.
He's moving in a few days.
They said I can't play house with them because I hang
I
out
keep
with
fucking telling
boys.
you, it's in a few days.
Well, how about you play with your big sister instead?
Really?
Thanks for waiting.
She's kind of cute.
Junko. Did something happen?
You know, I find Asian women can be, like,
reminiscing a little.
less attractive, but you still want to, like, fuck their
About,
face.
You know, when we were kids, you always looked out for me.
I don't know if I want to play Ninja Gaiden 4. It looks like it sucks. The level design looks horrendous. It seems like they still have, like, really shitty, annoying enemies in the game, too. And,
This is for you.
the new main character is just gay. He's basically Fag Boy Ninja.
Thank you.
Like, you've got Ryu Hayabusa, who's, like, fucking jacked and everything. You know, has the, you know, ninja armor tank top, looks badass, and then they make fucking gay emo fag boy ninja with a gay fucking emo rocker haircut and skinny and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking.
Then you must be jealous of you-know-who for being able to get tight barely legal 18-year-old virgin vegan Chinese pussy. You never even deflowered a girl, let alone a tight Asian one. He's 50 and can still slay Chinese vegan tight virgin pussy, huh?
I don't fucking care. I have no interest in wasting my time with women. Thanks for the donation, 21st.
Hinako! How dare you speak to your parents like that?
Dear, please calm down.
At least Junko knows how to show some respect. Why the hell can't you be more like her? Where do you think you're going? We're not done here, young lady.
Darling, please. You've already made your point.
Then why isn't she listening to me? If you hadn't spoiled her so much, she wouldn't act like such a brat all the time.
Hinako, don't go. Your father's just worried.
I'm gonna go see my friends.
Come home soon!
There's no way.
Never. Why isn't there a nude mod for this yet? Isn't this Unreal Engine 5?
I genuinely wonder what happened to your brief relation.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Guess I'll pray. Oh gods, what should I do?
You know what game I'd really like to see them remake? Blood Will Tell. Blood Will Tell was a really cool PS2 game. Dodo Donatellas, this game reminds me of Shenmue, the visuals at least, do you agree? And I bet it will be equally as frustrating. This will be fun. I don't think it looks anything like Shenmue. Will likely be frustrating. Probably for different reasons. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
Where is everyone?
Stefania Ferrario, Stefania for.
Yeah, great.
What about Chizuruya? Maybe I'll find someone there.
Where's the part of the game where you stumble upon a Japanese tuner garage and steal the Nissan Skyline? Yeah, seriously. Open map. Oh. Okay. That's not a good sign. That means this is gonna be like Silent Hill. Fucking map. Wonder when the fog's gonna come in.
Excuse me? Is anyone there? better find another way. I remember there was a
No, I do kind of like the way this game looks. Very natural color tone.
No way is Stefania's name blocked? Don't say that person's name. We have a fourth band name here. Stefania Ferrario, Stefania Ferrario, Stefania Ferrario, Stefania Ferrario, Stefania Ferrario, Stefania Ferrario.
That's great. Hmm.
You traitor.
Sakuko.
Where are you off to? Don't usually see you around here.
A truck was blocking the road.
Chizuruya?
I just want to talk to someone.
I'll be there in a bit, okay?
See you.
You traitor.
It's torn.
It's weird, she like runs in slow motion. Yeah, she's like slowing down.
How many in chat even know Richard E. dated Stefania Ferrario for like 2 weeks after, redacted, broke up with him? Nobody knows why it ended though. He was saying he'd marry her and shit. What a clown.
No, I wasn't.
Literally after what just happened. LMFAO retard.
Hey, partner.
Shoo. Say something.
What about you? Nothing you want to say?
Well, if you don't have anything, neither do I.
Well, that's my Hinako. It's not like you to just let stuff happen, though. But whatever you end up choosing, you know I'll always be there for you.
Shoo. Shoo, thanks for waiting. And Hinako, too. Rinko, what were you guys talking about? Nothing, really.
She said that she just wanted to talk to someone.
It helped, too. Oh. Glad to be of service, ma'am. If I had known you'd be here, I would have brought that magazine you lent me. Oh, you can hold on to it. I knew I wasn't getting it back when I lent it to you. What's that supposed to mean? What do you think you're laughing at? You've got something of hers too, don't you? Right?
Wait, did I borrow something? Hey, Hinako. Do I get to hold on to the 500 yen I owe you too?
What happened to paying her back with interest?
I never said that. You can't prove I did.
Okay, that does it. If I lend you something, you're signing a contract to give it back.
Don't be such a meanie.
Oh, hey, did you listen to the show last night? Yeah, but I fell asleep. Sakura, when will you grow up? You're making fun of me again.
Hinako?
Sorry. What?
You trip.
I bet you, redacted, spoke to
Oh my
Stefani.
God, nobody fucking cares. Shut up. I have no idea what I was supposed to do there. What the fuck?
Hey, no! Don't give up!
Dude, there has to be like some kind of underwear mod or something for the game. Really fucking needs it.
Hurt. Good thing I got this from Shu.
You know, I think it's just the music that gets Probably just the music.
That's better. Please let everyone else be okay. What is this place? I need to get back to Sakako.
Is it respectable to have a low body count as a male? Or is that just Christian cope?
Can do whatever you want with your life. Thanks for the donation, dude. So there is something up there I need to get? You're banned because your profile picture has a baby on it.
Who's there? Is that you, Shu? Shu! Rinko!
Feels weird the way you like stop and run. It's hard to explain. Oh man.
At least tell me this. We need closure. Who ended
I'm
it?
not ever talking about my dating life. All of you people just end up becoming obsessed with whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'm not dating anybody, never going to date anybody, and if I do, you'll never hear about it. Okay, dodge.
Stay back!
Oh, great. I don't even have a weapon. So I'm just running away from this annoying thing. Just gonna keep chasing me. You can escape from combat by getting out of an enemy's sight. Oh my god, is it still coming after me? It's so annoying. Fuck this game. When am I gonna get a stick or whatever? My fucking right quadricep tendon is like super tight. I can't keep my leg bent. Dodo, donate $2. Thank you for banning the person with the baby icon. I actually closed chat because I couldn't, because I didn't want to see that. You have to be a full-fledged retard to put your icon as a baby. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Ah, what the fuck? Where's the thing? What am I... Can I drop down? Where do I go from here? Oh, what? Oh my god. Wait. Why the fuck did it make me... Dude, I'm already at a point where I'm like, I don't know about this. I might... I don't know, this is one of those games where we might need to just use a trainer because I can't be fucked. Why did it make me come down here? Like, it's so weird. It says I have to get over here. It's stupid. This is already stupid. Is it still chasing after me?
Anyone here?
Wait. Did you really date Stefania?
No, I don't like the game so far. The only thing that I can say that's good about it is just the visuals. I might be more motivated to play it if there's like a good nude mod or underwear mod. But yeah, this is already starting to feel very much like a fucking Silent Hill game. And Silent Hill sucks.
Am I putting you in a bad mood? Or are you putting yourself in a bad mood?
Oh, great. An enemy we can't fight. Scary. It's not like this is stupid and tedious or anything. The key doesn't fit. Okay, great. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but this is just fucking stupid. What are we doing? So, it's the... Use the key to get another key. Fucking horseshit. I think I almost saw panties.
This isn't good. I really hope Shu and Rinko are alright.
Avoiding the monsters is not, like, scary or fun. It's just fucking boring and tedious. Like, it doesn't make the game any more intense or scary. It just makes it so, like, you're just running away from fucking horseshit. Like, it's so stupid. It's the dumbest fucking mechanic ever. Great, okay. Alright, there we go. Yeah. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm already feeling like I'm gonna refund this. Oh my god, this is fucking stupid. Okay, that's dead end. Why can't I climb over that? Yeah, this is really fun. I love just having to look back and forth between the map over and over again. Yeah, this is just great. Oh my god. I don't know what any of that is. I have no idea. What does this do? Increases max stamina. There's a stamina bar? Oh my god. Congratulations, you're banned.
Rinko!
It's gonna be stupid. RB, light attacks. RT, heavy attacks. X to lock on the enemy. So there's no, like, block? This is horrible. Yeah, this game is awful. Great. Certain enemy attacks leave them vulnerable. Use RT to perform counter. Oh my god. Yeah, this is bad. Very, very bad. Oh no. How do you check the weapon's durability?
Damn you! Shoo! Where are you? Since you were little, you dreamed of a different life. A family that owned a candy store. Instead of some stuff.
Yeah, I'm refunding this. Oh my god. Fucking Alt-Tab already. There we go. Refund request submitted. That's a trash game. Like, actually fucking trash. Fucking horrible, horrendous, boring garbage. Cannot be fucked. Be a little more willing to play Chronos, but that game sucks too. Don't know if I'd enjoy this. I don't think I would. This one might be neat. Heard good things about Hollow Body. Yeah, I just fucking can't play Silent Hill F. Just not happening.
You're doing great as well, and I certainly hope that you are. Okay, I'm told single major influencers out there with Google accounts, the Gary Breckers of the world, and the rogue non-cardiologist, non-paper. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but I'm going to show you some of the graphs, and we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to explain to you why it's not inflammation. And I'll just say this. So if you were running around with an LDL of 50 to 60, all the way up to LDLs up to 160. So that, they didn't go higher than that. There's a lot of people with higher LDLs than that out in the community. So what is the rate of we'll say, like, we'll just look at 80 to 90. So if you take a random group of people, according to this study, who have yeast rice in addition to the statin. So can you? Yeah, I'm confused. Why would I need a statin if they're clear in the artery itself? Okay, I'm going to probably get one at some point because I'm not that I need it, but I'm just curious. I'm just going to do it and clean, like it's totally open, right but where those arrows are when they did, and you can still have all the different like morphologies of the plaques that you can still have. And again, it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up. He is hypothetically experiencing typical symptoms of low testosterone. Guys, there's a honeymoon period. In the beginning where you just feel like Superman, it typically levels out. Okay, it does level out, but it's going to be higher than your prior baseline. So sometimes I've seen this, it causes friction, right, in relationships where you both were kind of sort of low libido people. I mean, twice a week isn't too bad, but I consider that not adequate. But I've been on TRT for a very long time. But for both of you, it sounded like that was fine. But then one person gets on HRT and all of a sudden their libido is much higher than their partner's, and yeah. So urofolitropin is just a brand name for it's FSH. So the key to a long, healthy.
I've been preaching relatively low volume for literally years, and every
Yay. All right, I'm gonna get to bed. We'll probably do another workout stream tomorrow. Gonna train back biceps. And we'll use the Rogue Rhino with the low row attachment, because we got that now. Play Oregon Trail. Well, I don't have an Apple II. But hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. So I'll be on tomorrow. I will see you all then. We're not going to be playing Silent Hill. And sweet dreams. I'll see you all tomorrow.